You are now watching that top 10 list. 10 African Americans who made big names for themselves. Wouldn't it be cool if we all invented something, and our name was always remembered for that invention, or maybe we fought for rights, and actually gained them as a result? Well, right now, you have the right to remain silent, and watch as we go through our top 10 African Americans who made name for themselves in different ways. Number 10 goes to the first African American to be born in America. In the year 1624, Anthony and Isabella gave birth to William Tucker in Jamestown, Virginia. The parents were later sold as slaves. That's unfortunate, but at least William got to brag about being the first African American born in the US. Number 9 is actually incredible to say the least. Just when we thought Oprah Winfrey was the richest African American alive, we found at least 10 others that have surpassed her net worth by a long shot. Alhaji Aliko Dangote is a Nigerian investor and businessman. He is the owner of the Dangote Group, which has commodities interests in Nigeria as well as other African countries. He is invested in food processing, cement manufacturing, banking, transportation, real estate, and oil factories. He may not be the richest man in the world, but he is crowned the richest Nigerian and richest African in general. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, what's the man's net worth? In 2017, he now has $16.3 billion. Wow. Number 8, Ruby Bridges. Major props to her. She was the very first African American in 1954 to attend an all-white school. Today, because of Ruby, all kids can get an education at any school, regardless of their skin color. She deserves a spot on this list. Number 7. For all you basketball lovers out there, a man by the name of Earl Francis Lloyd passed away in February 2015 at 86 years of age. While he was alive, he lived as the first basketball player to be drafted into the NBA in 1950. Weighing 225 pounds and standing at 6'5", he played for the Washington Capitals at his prime. I don't believe this team still exists, but if I'm wrong, the basketball fans can correct me. Number 6 is for Rosa Parks. We had to save a spot for her. Speaking of spots, she was not willing to give hers up during a bus ride in Alabama. See, in December 1955, Rosa Parks finally took a stand and refused to give up her seat to a white man. This basically opened up a can of worms because Parks got arrested. Was it worth it? Oh yes, because now African Americans can sit wherever on a bus, without having to feel the need to give up their seats. Number 5. Now let's go even further back to slavery. A lady by the name of Harriet Tubman was born into slavery in 1920, but she managed to escape in 1949. And being the hero she was, she led hundreds and hundreds of slaves to freedom through the Underground Railroad. What a selfless person she was. Of course, slavery was still very prevalent at the time, but it was the beginning of the end of slavery. We really have come a long way. Number 4. Education is important, and apparently has always been, because way back in 1857, Richard Henry Green was the very first African American to graduate from Yale University. Yale happens to be one of the top 10 schools in the country, so this is quite the accomplishment. Number 3. From West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground, that's where he spent most of his day. Yeah, you get it. Okay, so there is this guy named Guy. His name really is Guy, by the way. He was born in Philadelphia and later moved to Houston, Texas, where he graduated from UH. What is Guy Stewart Bluford known for? Guy was the first African American in space in 1983 as a former NASA astronaut. This is pretty cool. Remember how Cher needed a space shuttle to get to space? Well, Mr. Bluford may be of assistance. Number 2. Dr. King is obviously on this list. He was probably the biggest activist for African Americans. Till this day, we celebrate his birthday, and some schools and jobs take the day off in memory of Dr. King. Martin Luther King Jr. fought so hard for African Americans to the point that he got assassinated. Dr. King would be proud to see how far the world has come. He wouldn't believe that an African American was running America for 8 years. This takes me to my number 1 spot. Number 1, Obama. Yes, he is the number one spot. This top 10 list is not in any specific order, but Obama had to be at the number one spot because for Obama to be elected president of America, it means equal rights finally exists. Before, blacks could barely drink from the same water fountain as others, or go to the same school or sit on the same buses. But in 2008, America said we no longer care about the color of skin and elected a black man as the American president. I don't think anything can top this. Were there any African Americans who should have been on this list but were not? Let us know in the comment section below. And by the way, happy Black History Month. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more top 10 videos like this one. Please like and thumbs up this video. Would you like a video on top 10 Caucasians who made this world a better place? See you next week.